Hey YouTube, I wanted to make this update video because I have some new trombones and some trombones that I'm selling. Also say hello to Elvis Blanket. So let's look at my new son. This is a Bach 42A in simple terms, but really it's a Bach 42A with a silver corporation bell, corporation silver tuning slide, uh, and a Shire's TW47 hand slide. And it's basically a Frankenhorn between old close strap 42 from the Corporation era. It's a later Corporation era bell and tuning slide, I think 76, 77, 78. So it's a later Corporation. And then the previous owner met someone who wanted a box slide for their Shires, and he wanted a Shire slide for this box, so they just traded. And now he modded the Shire slide to have a Bach thread on the insert. So I can fit whatever Bach slide I want on the Shires. Although I know lots of people who play 42s already put Shire slides or Edward slides on them anyway. So I don't know if there's different modifications needed for different eras, or if the threads are different, or what. But I heard that there's sometimes it is compatible, sometimes they aren't compatible. Bach bells with Shires or Edward slides. So I'm not completely sure on that. All I know is that this one works with a 42 now, at least because the insert is now a 42 part. And then the Hagman section is from a 42 as well, a newer one. I think it was from, I don't remember exactly. He said it was someone in the Tulsa Symphony, someone whose first and last name begins with a J. I don't really remember the name, but he was just selling his 42A or Hagman section or something, so he just took the new 42 valve and he put the Corporation 42 bell on it, and then a Shire slide. So we have this really cool Frankenhorn that's basically exactly what I would want in like a dream large tenor of mine. Save for maybe the silver. Now, when the conversion was done, you can see where they unmounted the old 42 close strap pieces, because the silver's gone, and the silver's kind of been torched off in a lot of areas. So the silver is on the bell isn't perfect anymore, and I might, depending on if I really want to keep this, I might just buff the silver off anyway, because Wheel of Brass is typically, I guess, more favorable. I might keep the tuning slide though, or I might buy a red brass tuning slide because I really like how those play. But right now, I'm already really liking how this plays. It also has a Instrument Innovations, I believe, axe handle, so that's helps to support the weight as well. Now the Shire slide, it did come with all of the lead pipes. There's a 1.5 and 2 and 2.5. I'm playing the 2 right now, which is the middle one. The 1.5 I don't really like, and the 2.5, when I put that in and I played, it was just this massive sound that had so much sound coming back at me. I couldn't believe that so much sound was coming out of it when I put the lead pipe in. The 2 lead pipe plays a little bit more normal, so I'll decide between one of those two. And so, yeah, I'm really happy with this. I saw it listed a few months ago, and the price was already good. But I asked him if he wanted to trade some of these other horns, which I'm selling, and he said no. But then later he couldn't. Later he still had it, and he said, "Hey, if you're still interested, the price has dropped." So I went and got it for a really nice price. He lived really close by, so I just went by and got it. Super nice guy, and he gave me a really nice deal on a really excellent Frankenstein horn. So shout out to you, guy, whose name I won't say for privacy. So really happy with this, and now that I have this new large tenor with a Hagman valve, which I now have to probably learn how to take apart soon. I have a few old large bore tenors for sale, so let's talk about those. The first one for sale is this King 1480. So, this one is from about the 1950s, but it is very nicely preserved. There are a few blemishes, but I'd say 90% of the original lacquer is here. There's a few, like I said, there's some pitting of the lacquer in some places, and a few tiny dings that's indicative of like normal wear and tear. But there's no rot that I can see or anything that's major. And the slide's dry right now, but um, it moves perfectly fine. I'm sure if you were to put lube on it, it wouldn't be quite as loud, but the action is easy 8 out of 10, and the tuning slide, F attachment tuning slide, and the um, main tuning slide both move really nicely. So this is a 547 with a 9-inch bell, and it makes a huge sound because of the 9-inch bell on these. This is the lacquer version. There's also a silver version called the 1485, and both of them are kind of rare. And this has the old King style where you put your thumb over the brace and then the trigger moves like that. And that's a little loud just because of probably age. It probably used to be a little bit quieter, but it still moves nicely. The valve moves really well. I have a few other videos on my channel where I have this, one where I take the valve apart. But yeah, let's see if I can demonstrate a little bit of how it plays. Excuse the flub there, but it plays pretty much like you would expect a 547 to play with. And again, the way that the bell's constructed, it just gives this huge, really wide and really dark sound. So if this interests you, this is currently on Facebook Marketplace, and it is 1075. I recently dropped the price on it too. So comment here or on Facebook, or message me on Facebook if you're interested about this one. And it comes with the original case. So it's the complete package. A blast from the past. It has the original case and the serial number, and on the slide and the bell section are matching. So it's a matching numbers horn. And the serial number is in the 311,000 range. Now, the other one for sale is this Yamaha 643R. And this is the Gen 2 version of the 643R. I don't think there's a 643 without the R. I think they're all R, which means rose bell. And as you can see, this is a copy of a Con 88H vintage style, all the way down to the closed strap shape and the string linkage. It has a narrow slide, just like the King. It has a narrow slide, but a few differences from a Con 88H. It has a brass crook, and there's no brace on the tuning slide here. And also, I think some of the bracing is in a little bit of a different spot. And I've been using this as my large tenor for almost 3 years now, teaching lessons with it, and the occasional first trombone setting. It's performed really nicely. It's just, this is a very smaller kind of large bore type setup, and the Bach is really, really big. And natively, as a bass trombonist, I can kind of fit into this a lot easier. But if you're natively a tenor trombonist, this one's a lot easier to play. It requires, a little bit less effort to play, less calories to play, a little bit easier airstream, which is how Con styles are, than this. So if you're looking for an instrument that's super, super easy to play, this is definitely one for you. I mean, I could, every time I got it out of the case, I just could pick it up and just play it really nicely. Nowadays it doesn't really fit in with my sound concept, but it does make a great sound, a little bit more compact sound. But yeah, this is great for someone who's looking for their first tenor trombone, like if you're a bass trombonist wanting to double, or if you're a student wanting to get their first F attachment. This is a great step up, and I recently had it overhauled by my tech. He made the bell like not sad, so the slide angle is back to normal. It used to have kind of sad bell, and there wasn't any damage to the slide, but he worked on the crook, I think. He soldered all some joints back together, and he soldered this Shire's thumb rest onto it, which is a thumb rest I just had laying around and had no use for. And now, with that thumb rest plus the narrow slide, and I have this leather grip that I'm willing to give away with it, it just is super, super comfortable in the hand to hold. I mean, this just melts into the hand to hold. It's even easier to hold than my new tenor for sure. So this is a super comfortable trombone that's super easy to play. Now this one is from the 70s, and it does have some blemishes on it as well. It has a pretty big raw brass spot here, and it has this little mark here on the bell, and it has a little mark on the slide, but none of this affects the playability. Now this slide is also easy 8 out of 10. This slide's also dry, so it's a little noisy right now, but when you put some lube on it, it's gonna move quietly, and it already moves really nice. And just like the other one, tuning slide moves nice. It has a line on it to pull to E. Tuning slide moves good. Main tuning slide moves great as well. So let me plug my Griego 5 in here and give a little demonstration of it. And this one's just super fun to play, and I know I just played with the tuning slides in, shame on me, but this one's just super fun to play, super easy to do whatever you want on it. And I think it's a really nice specimen, and now that it's it's been a little bit overhauled lately, it still has plenty of years left in it despite its age. This is basically just an older version of the newer Yamaha 448Gs, which are, they kind of look like this. They have the narrow slide, all brass slide, and I think the same exact bell as these, except the valve wrap is a little bit different on those. But those also still use the string linkage, you know, and you've probably seen those. Those are everywhere. But this is the predecessor. Don't quote me on this, but you might even be able to swap tuning slides and hand slides with the 448s, although I haven't tried that out yet, but it wouldn't surprise me if that was possible. Now this one does not have the original case, but it does come with this Eastman case here, which is a third-party case that I've put a few stickers on, but it has backpack straps, and the 643 fits super perfectly into this case. This case is really compact, and you can backpack it around, and even though I put some stickers on it, I'm willing to let it go. So you get a Yamaha trombone with a Shire's thumb rest and a left-hand leather grip and a really cool case to backpack it around with it. And that one's also on Facebook too. I had it at $1,400. I've lowered it to $1,250. So if you're interested in either one of those, just send me a message on Facebook or comment on here or anything. So that's all I have for the update today. Thank you for watching.